Malibuca did the unthinkable, won 5 straight games in the solo victory cash cup, streamed the whole thing, and told us there's plenty of secrets to find, so let's go look for them. Let's start off with one of the craziest things. Most players in this situation, mid-ground, looking up, trying to take the high ground for the win. Malibuca doesn't do that. He looks up, sees the player is actually too high for him to get hammered out. So what Malibuca does is take low ground and put himself in a position to get a refresh and then play for the win here. He's consistently going for the front side low, and we'll talk about that later. What goes on here is what gets him the win. Now there's one other sneaky thing that Malibuca does, and that's steal the loot, allowing high ground to get nothing and then giving himself a massive advantage to be able to get this win. We see he goes and just snags it. High ground was dropping for it, trying to get this loot, and if you don't understand what's happening here, high ground needs those mats. Malibuca has plenty, but he's making sure that that player doesn't have them. This is then going to allow Malibuca to slow play this and then give him the victory royale in this 1v1, because now Malibuca plays it to how he wants as opposed to allowing the opponent to dictate how the fight goes. Alright, let's roll it back to early game. First, Malibuca is going to use impulses to speed up his loot path, and it's also going to take away opportunities to get shot at. Next, let's look at them crispy fundamentals that he shows. He's going to show us two things: constantly changing the point of attack, and then he's so sound in pushing for right hand peaks at all times. So let's watch this fight. Boom, loses the wall, escapes the box. Then he drops down on the wall to show face and then quickly attacks from up above. This is changing the angles of attack. The confused player allows Malibuca to get a shot, but he builds the wall. Malibuca quickly takes it back and continues that pressure. He takes the wall, continuing the pressure, and then forces the player into a new box. That player is going to get cone slid. Then Malibuca is going to clean up this fight. As soon as this fight ends, he's going to get third party and shot after he escapes the box. But instead of panicking, Malibuca is going to quickly realize he has a ton of builds in the other building, go immediately to them, and then become a pain to fight against. He controls all this space, so instead of trying to do anything crazy, he's just going to sit within his own builds and let this player come into the box. That player decides not to, but Malibuca sits there and doesn't make any noise, giving him any visuals as to where he could be. That player can't do anything besides just walk away, and this is a successful fight off by Malibuca. One little piece here is he upgrades weapons, and I haven't seen many players using the upgrade machines. You can get so much gold by Peely's Plunder or capturing the flag, so go ahead, use upgrade machines. This is one of the more impressive things that you guys may not realize. He's fit zone, max distance, no rotation in his inventory. He has the aerialist, but if he just rotates in the air, he's going to get beamed. So what does Malibuca do? He climbs the mountain to give himself multiple points of elevation. Then he's going to slide down and use the aerialist just slightly to give him that quicker rotate, and after being backside, everyone's already moved, so he's the last one, and he is going to pay for it a little bit, but just being able to make this rotate with little to no movement is a great play in itself. Now let's go back too, because when he gets beamed, he does something special that's going to stop himself from getting lobby sprayed. He's going to build an L-shaped box, and if you guys watch Destiny Jesus, he's been talking about this forever, but it gives you one, multiple angles in case someone pushes you, and then two is going to allow you to have multiple points of protection to hold against if you're getting sprayed. Now let's look at this absolute psycho play, and you may wonder why Malibuca is making this play. Still has heals, still has mats. Well, it's because you need a hammer to win games, so he's trying to get the Elum to get himself a hammer. And why is he jumping into this box? Well, you have a slight advantage by being the one to make the first move, so you're going to get the first shot, but if we're being honest, he's kind of just getting lucky here, because Grols could have easily hit a big pump on him and Malibuca wouldn't have won this match. Okay, now let's talk about frontside low, because this is essentially where Malibuca played endgame the entire tournament and how he was so successful. Okay, let's talk about why you would want to play frontside low in this meta. The first one is going to be the lack of being hammered down, and this is a huge one. It's not like just a little side piece. It is probably the biggest reason why you want to play low ground in general, but frontside low ground in specific. Now, there's not going to be anyone below you, and you're really not going to have to worry about players hammering into your box on front side, considering they just use your charges in order to get to the front of zone. That's number one. Number 2, when you're on low ground, you're going to be able to grab materials and refarm anything that's on the low ground. In addition to this, you could even find some extra mats that just get dropped on the ground when you're sitting down there on low. This is all a massive advantage to playing low ground. And the third one is frontside low gives you priority on the zone. Not only that, but if you're able to claim this space and hold it, you're going to find easy refreshes because players are normally looking for refreshes themselves, or weak with little mats on backside that you can easily pick up and get these eliminations. All this together is going to make the perfect combination for this meta to be frontside low, and this is essentially the massive key that allowed Malibuca to win game after game after game. Alright, let's wrap this up with one more win and show you some more quick tips. First is going to be look before you leap. Make sure you're checking where you're going with your hammer. Resub put out a video about where you're going to go when you hammer. If there's something a couple boxes away, you're not going to break it, you're just going to run into it. So make sure you look. Malibuca sees, okay, boom, there is somebody above me. I'm going to have to go slightly to the right here, and that is a perfect rotate with the hammer. One last piece to win games is simply just look up. In this meta, it's absolutely chaotic, and most times there's going to be free high ground if you just look and find the right time to take it. That's exactly what Malibuca does. He just walks up, grabs high ground, and then it's free. Not only is he going to take high ground, but he's also going to build up high enough to where he can't be chopped out with a hammer. This is going to give him protection from the other players that are trying to bounce around and knock him out. He's too high, he's at least 5 layers above, and that is the perfect spot that you want to be. He lets the chaos go down below, and then this is just a really easy spray down, grab it, victory royale. And those are just 2 of 5. We could watch all of them, but the same fundamental techniques that he uses are similar game after game. There's so much to be learned. I've even thrown out some shorts to help you with map management, understanding when to play what, and Malibuca is just giving us a masterclass during this solo victory cash cup. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out this next video.